We arrived at our Airbnb and we are so hungry after a 6-hour drive that we thought we'd go try to find somewhere to eat. And sure enough, we found this gorgeous Blue Gate restaurant full of great Amish food. But the reason we came here was for the Shipshewana Flea Market. Here we are at the Shipshewana Flea Market. Say hi, Lisa.
Hi.
And Karen, my two shopping buddies today. Let's go check this place out. It's huge. Some indoor stuff, some outdoor stuff. I see clothes first thing. Here we go. And them with their baby stroller.
Without a baby.
And no babies. We're gonna come home with lots of babies. So the first thing I see are sheets. 2,200 count bamboo sheets. I had to get me some of them. This flea market consisted of many different types of items. You could just about find anything here, from bathroom items to zip ties to packing tape to extension cords to tools. There is so much at this flea market. A lot of the prices were pretty much retail. These are freeze-dried candies. Finally found some antique stuff. And I'm on the search for jewelry. This is a great set of Amish lounge chairs. So far, I haven't found a whole lot of jewelry, but I found a lot of other items. Even diabetic socks, pocket knives for $2. They also had Amish leather belts, which were very well made. This was an interesting little sign area. As we approach this area, do we find any jewelry? I love them metal ceiling tiles. Oh look, there's some jewelry. It's acrylic. Look at this. This is old, but very short. And old lamp work beads. They have a white inside. There's not much I can do with that, unfortunately, but these beads are gorgeous. It's like a bracelet size, but still too big. It's a watch. No brand, no price. Very interesting. It's a mermaid earring. These are pretty. Some are glass. And we're not getting any of them. They're $8 a pair. Not worth that. These are acrylic for $5 a pair. Little pricey here for me. Here's some more stuff. This is just a string of beads. These are interesting square millefiori. Just a string of beads for $12. Some shell beads. None of these are complete necklaces. It's just a string of glass. They might be stone. There's some type of stone. Pretty. For $12 though, out of my price range.
Your hands are either too dry for cards or too wet for cards. This one, 2, 3.
This booth had a lot of nice glassware. Look at these beautiful colors of blues and orange and green. Some swag vases. Very pretty. Finally, we find some necklaces. And they are $3 each or 4 for $10. Sorry for the choppy video. Vintage band, bar links, hook clasp. See the back is riveted. This is a vintage piece. I'm going to look at it closer though. I believe that necklace was chipped, so I did not get it. This is glass. I think. I ended up looking at that closer and it is not glass, so I didn't take it. It was acrylic. Lots of acrylic necklaces on this rack. That is a Chico's necklace. Newer. It's pretty nice though.
You're up north from dog sitting for the week.
As I touch these necklaces, I can feel whether they're glass or acrylic. That was a pretty blue one. It was a lot newer though.
Excited
It's in
to
a
see him.
stone. There's a Liz Claiborne little heart charm. Cute, but it's, look at the missing pearl coating on here. Not good. Some cool earrings.
Yeah? He's gonna ring today too. At noon.
A lot of stretch bracelets that I usually don't pick up. Star corundum. Pretty ring, but they wanted 125, I think it was, yeah, $125 for it. I'm glad I moved that box.
This is Swarovski. See the swan? Let's make sure there's no missing stones. And we will get them. Yes.
And the Swarovski is the last thing, or the only thing that I got from this vendor.
Missing stones. Really neat cross. JPI 2000.
So this flea market is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays all summer long, even in the spring and the fall. And they have an auction on the Wednesday, and they have the items up for previewing on Tuesday. So that's what I'm looking at here. Obviously, I'm searching for jewelry, but there wasn't a whole lot of that, but a lot of interesting items. Look at this beautiful bowl, and even the rollers were named. This was interesting. A lot of old buttons. You never know what you could find in there. This auction was unbelievable that they had 5 auctioneers going in this one shed at one time. Look at the gorgeous, I think it's Hull or Hall pottery. This flea market also had greenery of all sorts, fresh greens, plantings, landscaping, potted flowers. By this time I was dying for a drink, and I went for lemonade and seeing root beer floats. Well, I couldn't pass that up. So she brings me this root beer float out, and she had put warm root beer in it with vanilla ice cream, and the ice cream was melted so fast.
Lemonade, strawberry lemonade.
So here's the auction on Wednesday that we went to, and I did find this set of makeup cases, and I was thinking about these mirrors, but they were a little worn, and this one was not sterling. I could have got them, but I was looking more for a little bit smaller stuff, and I did find these makeup cases. That's a whole set. Really nice. The green one was nice. Cigarette case, I think. And the guilloche makeup. I love this one. That was my favorite piece. And I cannot do this with one hand. There we go. It's a powder case with a mirror. I was going to bid on this set. I didn't know if they would sell them individually or as a grouping. And the cat's eye glasses were pretty cool too. So I ended up getting that set for $17. 5 auctioneers going at one time. And this guy was entertaining the crowd, but he had some really interesting things like these signs. So after that, we decided to go around town and find other places, and I found this really cool place called Bagology, the old bag factory. But they had a thrift store in the building next to it, so we went to the thrift store, which closed in 5 minutes.
So here we are at the Goshen Antique Mall, and we are in booth 47, and it says 50% down here. It's actually 75% off this booth, and I literally cleaned this curio out.
Such a
There was so much in there. And look at these two. They're just having a ball. They love this booth too. They're checking them all out.
We needed a good day.
Yes, we need a good day. We had a bad day all day. It's been raining. It's at the flea market. And we just did not find a whole lot there. We went to the auction at the flea market in Shipshewana, and it was not all that great. I mean, it would be for somebody, but it wasn't for us today. It's pretty purses. Let's go find another booth that's 75% off. Look at these ornaments. That's my second favorite thing besides jewelry is Christmas vintage ornaments. Gorgeous. Let's see what they have these priced at. $4. That's pretty common. That's a German one. A lot of bells. Let's see if there's any jewelry in this one. Pretty vases. Some carnival glass. And there's a head vase down there. Lisa got a head vase at the auction today. Mickey Mouse. It says 15% off this booth. Some pretty simple bracelets, nothing fancy. It's pretty, but just not probably worth buying. There's some little pieces. There's some glass beaded necklaces. They're pretty, but they're newer. This one they want $10 for, minus 15%. So we're at $8.50. This one's $8.50 as well. They're just not worth buying for that. This pretty black one, probably Japan. Love the little gold caps on it, but it's marked $9. Not worth it. Here's a fairy lamp. Some cute little dolls. Let's go down here. There's lots of jewelry in here. I love the fall looking bracelet, but according to these prices, they're probably not going to be in my range. Yeah, like the copper one here, the second one is $25. So that's probably not gonna, I'm probably not gonna find anything in this booth. There's a pretty brooch in pink, blue earrings. Some new stuff and a huge crystal. Look at that pretty pink AB crystal one back there with the clear crystal one. And here's a jade, so-called jade one. That is $155. Let's move on and see if we can find anything in another booth. So I found another booth. And it looks like this one does not have any sales going on, but I see jewelry boxes, some newer jewelry, and here's an older piece. Let's check this out. This is a set. And they want $20 for the set, which is not too bad, but it's gonna have to be checked over for missing pearls, missing rhinestones. Might check that one out. Over here's a whole bunch more. I see mostly newer in here. One thing that I normally do is I touch every necklace, because you can, just by feeling this, I could have my eyes closed and tell you that's glass. You can just feel the difference between acrylic and glass when you start doing this. This one has quartz and it looks like acrylic, or feels like acrylic beads. What do they want for this one? 14, a little steep. I'm more in the $5 range for something like that. We are in an antique mall, so that makes the difference in price. Oh, I got lots of jewelry in here. $25 for that one. That's way too much, and way too much past my price range. That's a pretty choker necklace in there. but they want $22 for it. Some pretty brooches. There's a cloisonne, possibly a cloisonne bell. It might just be painted. Hard to tell without really looking at it. It's a really interesting gold necklace choker. I like that. Alright, that's it for this booth.
Here we have a vintage Playboy cooler. Very rare, it says. Which I've never seen one of these before. $225. This booth had a lot of vintage clothing items. I love the old glassware. There's a chicken in a basket. Capodimonte. And this is the lady that I bought many items from. Right now she's totaling up all the pieces that I got.
You guys got prices on it? There's some 88. 88 and 10 is 98. And 5 is 103. Come on. Anything else has prices? 103. Make that one 4. There's 107. Make that one 5. 107. That's 112. And this one. Make that one 10. That's 122.
Some of these pieces were a little more than I would have paid, but some pieces were marked $1 a piece. So I thought it was going to average out.
Yeah, we'll make that one 10, 120, 74, 148, 152. I don't wear silver, I wear gold all the time. 152.
So the total came to $160 and I got it for $150, which I probably could have talked her down a little bit more, but I thought that was still fair.
Now, are you?
Here are some of the pieces I ended up with from her booth. Overall, my week was really good between the thrift stores and the flea market, that I'm pretty happy with my trip.